Thank you once again and welcome to Live with Chatufa. In the past days, we've been talking about Emmerson Mnangagwa having fired ex-commissioner of police, General Matanga, in some very unclear circumstances. We have continued to speak and say, why would Emmerson Mnangagwa retire a man and instead replace him with one who is older than him? And yet the reasons for that forced retirement was actually the issue of age. So Zimbabweans continue to put pressure over this until Mnangagwa had to give an ultimatum of increasing the retirement age of the police officers. And we spoke about this last time. We were saying this is just self-preservation. Mnangagwa is just simply trying to protect himself. And he now knows that he has the right people that he wants, who are his bootlickers in position of power. And he wants to make sure that they don't go away. Because the very same guy who has replaced General Matanga, who happens to be actually Mnangagwa's nephew, was also supposed to be retired maybe in the coming year. So Mnangagwa wants to keep him on. That is why he has done this. So Mnangagwa is able to change the law of Zimbabwe just to suit him or to favor just an individual. Just imagine. Very, very unfortunate. And this is the development that we see on the ground. So after the extension of the term of retirement age of the police officers, Mnangagwa blocks Matanga from returning to work after the extension of the police retirement age. So after that extension, General Matanga wanted to come back to work. And it is said that he reported to work, putting on his uniform, and then he was told he cannot enter his office. And then he was told that Mnangagwa is saying, you are not a beneficiary of what is happening here. You are not going to be a beneficiary of that declaration, because the declaration to extend the term was done when you had already left, when you were already fired. So that is the reason that Mnangagwa is given that Matanga cannot benefit because of that. Let's just see. I've seen this all over social media. It was said, and it has been going on and on. Godwin Matanga's friends told him to put on the uniform and show up at work. Matanga did not actually turn up at work, but his friends think he was unfairly retired and that he should have just turned up at work. Retired age in the forces was recently reviewed. Right, Majaira is saying Matanga did not, but there was a report that said that Matanga did actually report. So we don't know which one is correct here, but the general idea is that Matanga has been blocked from coming back. He was a message was sent. I saw also some people that were saying that Matanga was fired was unfair because it was done just publicly, like he was hearing it from news and social media that he has been removed, something like that, which is something that is quite very, very unfortunate. And I saw also Dr. Walter Mzembe commenting again on the very issue and saying these are at times how things are done, withdrawn from you by people that are, hearing it from the streets or from social media, something like that, which is really a very unprofessional way of doing things. But with Mnangagwa, what do we expect? We can't be expecting anything from Mnangagwa, anything professional or anything good. Mnangagwa does his will. He does things according to the way he wants. He doesn't care who objects, whether the law is against that. He does what he does, and he continues to go on. So this is a battle that we know that it's a battle against the Chiwenga faction, where Mnangagwa is making sure that those that are sympathetic to General Chiwenga should not have or should not see the light of day. And Matanga happened to be one of those people. And he's not only he's not the only one. There are many that are apologetic to General Chiwenga, who are actually on the firing line. And Mnangagwa wants to see them gone. I'm sure this is why you are saying there's going to be a massive shakeup of his cabinet right in the coming, it's already in this year, by the way. In this year, he promised that he was going to be giving a new announcement, but many people shall lose their jobs. So it is all because of this factional fight that we continue to see happening in ZANU-PF. And Mnangagwa is not going to be a one-man band who will fight everyone and win. You can't fight everyone and win. You need to have other people that are also on your side. But the people that are on Mnangagwa's side, they are vultures. They are simply guys that are there to make money, to make themselves rich. In the event that things get tough for Mnangagwa, I don't see those people staying on. Those are the same people that will jump ship quickly, and we find them again hero worshipping the next guy who will be, putting Mnangagwa in the corner. And that is a thing that we have continued to see in ZANU-PF. It's not a surprising thing. It's not a new thing at all. ZANU-PF does that. It's in their DNA to want to ululate and celebrate for a villain, a failure, somebody that they know that is making life difficult for everyone. But yet, deep down in their hearts, they don't want that person. And they can even be telling other people. And they can even go to the extent of complaining when Mnangagwa is not there. You still remember the day we were talking about Killers who was challenging some of these 2030ists and saying, why do you complain behind the scenes? And yet when you are with Mnangagwa, you are at the top of the mountain shouting 2030 as if you are for the idea. And this is quite sad for us as Zimbabwean people who are running away from the truth. We need to have the truth spoken and said. We need to tell each other directly, because it is about Zimbabwe. It is for the betterment of Zimbabwe. It is not about an individual. So if we respect an individual who is destroying our country, then we don't respect the country itself. If we are going to listen to somebody who is hell-bent on destroying Zimbabwe, then we are not doing ourselves any justice. And this is the language that we continue to hear from the ZANU-PF people who are failing to tell Mnangagwa where he's messing up. Mnangagwa is messing big time. And if they just gather themselves together, the ZANU-PF people, challenge him and tell him to vacate, to go, I'm telling you, there is no way that Mnangagwa will be able to stand against everyone. He will go. But, well, it's a mix of cowards at the same time of greedy people. That is causing them not to be able to voice out and to cause Mnangagwa to take responsibility for his actions. So this is what it is, family. It's quite very, very sad that this war continues to, infringe on the rights of other people. But as for ZANU-PF people, if it's them that are now complaining, Matanga was doing all the nonsense, blocking our rallies, arresting members of the opposition, tear gassing protesters, refusing to authorize letters that were written to him, and quite a lot of stuff. But we are saying the time will always come when each dog will have its own day. And our day has come. Our time for freedom has come. And now they are only feeling their heat. Let them test the bitterness of their own medicine. Thank you so much, family, for joining me on the show. We will continue to be meeting, discussing, and talking about our nation, freedom for Zimbabwe, as we pray for the nation, knowing that God is in it.